Hello, beautiful friends. This is the Organizer Advisor here to help you enhance your happiness and transform your life. We are here. It is Happy New Year time. A couple of things I want to mention. This is my new little friend, Fluff and Stuff. This little chick was hatched New Year's Eve, and I thought it was just the perfect analogy for our new year. So, say hi, Puff and Stuff. It's kind of like we're hatching a new life. So, we're going to start our transformation today. And I'm going to walk you through the components, link you some videos for more information. But right now, go grab your hydration beverage. Let's have a sip and a sit. And let's start our transformational journey. Welcome to your transformation. I am Dr. Lisa Winfield, the Organizer Advisor, here to help guide you through this transformation. I want to just do a brief intro. Happy New Year. I hope your celebration was festive and safe. All right, so a new year. There are years that ask questions, and there are years that answer. That's a quote by Zora Hurston, and I think that kind of sums up the intent of my transformational process. It's all about providing you answers to the why can't I keep up? Why do I always feel behind? Why can't I manage things better? It's because you don't have a framework, and I have one. I have a plan, and I have a process to guide you through it so that you don't feel that way anymore. Another quote, only dreams give birth to change. So I want you to take a moment right now and just dream about the life you want to create. What do you want your life to look like? I use this visualization technique with students that were really struggling learners, and being able to attach the educational process to a life goal really helped to give them a sense of direction and purpose. So I invite you to take a few minutes and just think about, visualize, what do you want your home to look like? Now, I'm not saying you have to dream a big dream. It doesn't have to be lofty. It can be very practical. It can be very, bloom where you're planted. But how can you enhance the life you're living? And what is the end result that you're looking for? Because as you visualize that goal, I want it kind of to cement in your framework, because that's what you're going to work toward. That is the goal, and that's going to connect you to the motivation and the passion to be able to go through this transformation and really maximize the benefits. Last quote I want to talk about is, and now let us welcome the new year full of things that have never been, and that's by Rilke. I just want you to have everything your heart desires, and I want you to have the energy to create it, to manifest it, and to believe in it. All right, so we're going to get started. Our process is going to consist of daily steps and goals in each of the components of my transformational organization process. Those components are health and beauty, every nook and cranny cleaning, decluttering, and organizing, organize to utilize those high frequency use items that can be overwhelming, wardrobe restructuring so that we look and feel our best, and document organization. So we're going to go through each of those components every day, and we're just going to take small steps. And these videos will help guide you along the process. And I'm just going to outline the process. Throw in some tips and tricks so that you watch to the end, because that way you don't miss anything. And then also I will link all the expanded videos for if you need more information or support in any one of those areas. So we're going to get started with our transformational organization process. I look forward to this journey with you, and I can't wait to see the results. Let's get started with self-care as healthcare. Okay, so we're going to talk about our scheduled weekly health and beauty routines, but we're also going to talk about our daily health and beauty routines. So for our scheduled weekly beauty routines, we have a schedule where we really want to focus on some uplifting beauty routines. Monday is our facial skincare day. Tuesday, mani-pedi day. Wednesday, hair care day. Thursday, dental health day. Friday, we go back to facial and skincare because it's so important. And then Saturday, fun in the sun, outdoors, fresh air, play with your kids, grandkids, loved ones, and pets. And then Sunday is our relax, restore, rejuvenate day. So today is the first day of our process, and it's January 1st, Wednesday. So that means it's hair care day. Now, we're not going to just do hair care. I want to give you some other suggestions, and then we'll get into our daily health and beauty routines that are going to support our health and really develop good, healthy habits that are going to extend long after our 30-day process. Okay, so the first thing I suggest you do for hair care day is go gather. Gather all of your hair care products. Now, this can be your products that you use on your hair, but I also want to suggest get all your brushes, your little hair clips. Look, it's a Frenchie. It's a Frenchie. Combs, headbands, all of the things that you use for your hair. Also, you want to gather all of your hair care appliances, because we're going to establish a framework for maintaining, managing, and making sure these things are cleaned and organized. And we're going to create a dedicated space so that we can find them when we need them. So let's just start with the appliances. Self-care appliances, we often have quite a few of them, but oftentimes they sit in a cabinet or a drawer or a closet, and we're not utilizing them. We purchase these things to utilize them. So one of my goals is to help you use what you have to enhance your happiness and transform your life. You invested money in these, make that investment work for you. So first thing I want to mention is we want to keep these things clean. As we put product on our hair and then we use the appliances, it tends to gather a bunch of gunk. We don't want to keep using that and then have that product get back on our hair. So I suggest we clean these. Another thing you want to do is you want to check the cord. A lot of these heat generating appliances, when we put them down, sometimes the cord makes contact with the hot surface and it can burn through the plastic safety coating of the cord and have exposed wires. And that is a fire hazard, my friends. So it's also a safety hazard. So we want to make sure that we clean these and that we check the cords frequently. Now, I do this once a week on Wednesdays. It's just a great day to wash all my brushes, wash all of the items that I've used in my hair so I get all of that product off. So that's just a great way to maintain it. That's also going to help support good hair health. And then I want to have a special thing about hair dryers. When you use a hair dryer, this is your intake for your air. If that gets clogged, your hair dryer can overheat. So you don't want that. It's number one, it's going to burn up the motor. Number two, it could be a fire hazard or safety hazard for you. So make sure that you clean this out periodically. I like to just wipe down my self-care appliances so that they don't accumulate a lot of product, makeup, and things that we often have on our hands when we're using them. I also like to keep the cords wound up so that they don't create a problem in the storage. So I just kind of wind them, and that way it stays safe. Ideally, you're going to want an appliance with a safety plug, and make sure you unplug your appliances after use so that they don't overheat and create a fire hazard. Okay, so I have a whole video on those, so I'll link that below. So now that we have all of that clean, let's talk about product. All right, so go gather all your product. Now, with all products, we want to do a smell test. We want to make sure that it still smells good and it's not rancid. So products have a shelf life, and if you don't use them in a kind of a timely manner, they will go bad. The other thing I want to mention is in order to reduce some of the bathroom clutter, the toiletry clutter, and we'll be talking about this when we talk about toiletries, that's an organized to utilize item. Use your almost empties first. So first of all, you maximize your investment. You're going to get every bit of product out of there and use it. But also, when it's empty, you can then recycle those containers. So check your products, do the smell test, make sure they're still good. Okay, now let's move on to our health and beauty routine. Today is Wednesday. It is the day that I take care of my hair health. So hair is an indicator of good health. So I like to do like deep conditioning, so you can use some of the products you already have. I'm a de-influencer. I'm not going to encourage you to go out and spend a whole lot of money. I want you to use what you have because you invested in that product, and I want you to be able to capitalize on that investment because it's going to save you money in the long run, and you actually feel good when you use products that you've already purchased. So I like to do, this is argan oil, so I like to do like a little heated argan oil. You can make your own home deep conditioner, or you can use product that you already have. I like to do more natural, so I like to make my own. I use olive oil, avocado oil, sometimes eggs. You can even use mayonnaise, but what you want to do is make sure that you're deep conditioning your hair, and then wash and style as normal. Speaking of style, do you need a hair update? Is this a new year, new you? Is this a time for you to update your style, maybe make a change, or at the very least, maybe it's time to get a trim? But if you need to have, if that's something that you feel you need to do for the uplift, then you might want to talk to your stylist. Okay, lastly, let's talk about our daily health and beauty routines. Okay, so the first thing is hydrate. Make sure that you are hydrating. If you don't know how much your body requires in the way of hydration, go online, Google hydration calculator. Camelback has a really good one. Hydration beverage, it can be water, it can be tea. I try to avoid a lot of caffeine because I'm sensitive to it, but herb tea, and I'm actually drinking herb tea this week with a little bit of wheatgrass. Now this is wheatgrass juice. I put this into my tea. I also add a little bit of collagen, and so that encourages me to drink, but I also get all the health benefits because this helps to flush and detox your body. Speaking of supplements, if you take vitamins and supplements, we're going to have a whole video on organized to utilize on vitamins and supplements, but this is a great time to start utilizing them. You invested money in them. If you've purchased them and you have consulted with your healthcare provider, it is a great time to start incorporating these into your daily health and beauty routines if you choose to do so. But always make sure that you talk with your healthcare provider. So we have hydration, vitamins and supplements. The other thing I want to encourage you is to eat clean. Eat foods that are as close to whole and natural as possible. Another thing, exercise. Okay, so we're going to start small, 15 minutes a day if you can. Talk to your healthcare provider if 15 minutes feels like too much for you. But I always encourage you to talk with your healthcare provider before you start any kind of different physical routine. But grab what you have. Now, we made a list, and I'll post this video in the comments, or I'll put a link up here, but we made the Life enhancement list. This is all the things that we could use that we already have that we're not using in order to enhance the way we look and feel and our overall health and well-being. So pick something off the list or just grab what you have. I am going to use the hula hoop today for 15 minutes. I'm going to put on some fast-paced music and I am going to hula hoop. I learned to hula hoop in my 50s. So it's kind of fun. Keep it light. You don't want to dread exercise. Keep it light. Keep it manageable. But let's start with 15 minutes. We're going to work our way up to 30, but we'll add 5 minutes a week. But it's heart healthy and you're actually going to have more energy and you're going to sleep better. We have hydration, vitamins and supplements, eating clean, and exercise. The last component that we have in our daily health and beauty routines is time for stillness. Now, stillness can mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people. Your brain and body relax in different kind of way for each person. So choose what works best for you. You can meditate. You can read. This is an uplifting book. I recommend this book. This is called Simple Abundance by Sarah Van Brethnock. One of the quotes that I read earlier. This was a life-changing book for me. So it's a daily diary of some very uplifting and very targeted messages that will help if you're on this journey. It's a great supplement. What about coloring? How many of you like to nurture your inner child and just color? Coloring can be very relaxing. You can also do just journaling, gratitude journal. You can do unscripted writing. You can do time in prayer, time in scripture, walk in nature, whatever works for you so that your body can just relax, reduce the stress, reduce the cortisol, and just kind of come back into center. So that is our health and beauty segment for today. Now we're going to move on to our every nook and cranny cleaning, organizing, and decluttering. Okay, so now we're going to talk about our every nook and cranny cleaning. It seems overwhelming, but I want you to relax because I'm going to guide you through it. We're going to just do small segments every day, and you'll be amazed at how quickly you go through this process and end up with an every nook and cranny clean, organized, and decluttered home. So we're starting small today because I don't want you to get overwhelmed. I want you to see success, and I want you to have a place to go revisit to maintain your momentum and motivation. So we're going to start in the linen closet. Oftentimes the linen closet is just overstuffed and it is just bulging with sheets and blankets and towels and toiletries, your healthcare appliances. They just tend to be catch-alls for everything, and then everything's so stuffed in there you can barely get anything out, let alone find anything you need. So I have a whole video on it. I will link it either up here or in the comments, and I just want to highlight a couple of things and just take some time. Make sure you're staying hydrated. Also, if you have arm weights and leg weights while you're working, it is a great time to go ahead and use those so that you are toning and working out and burning calories while you're working. Also, it's hair care conditioning day, so you can condition while you work. So let's talk about a couple of tips that I've learned about keeping my linen closet tidy and functional. One of the things that I know is that when you stack fabric, sometimes they tend to roll. And when you pull one out, the whole bunch of them comes out. Like if you try to get a blanket off the bottom of the pile, the whole bunch just comes out, and then you got to refold, and then you end up just stuffing them in, and that's stressful. So one of the things that I have learned that is if I just use a pretty ribbon and tie my blankets. This is a beautiful quilt that was made by Barbara Winfield, my lovely mother-in-law, and I cherish this quilt. And it is in my linen closet. I take it out and air it out, and I just posted a video about airing out my quilts, my quilt collection, because here's a tip. If you're going to air out your linens or your curtains or your coats or anything, do it on a cool, crisp day before spring. when the pollen starts, when the trees start to bloom and the flowers start to bloom, you have all that pollen. You're just gonna, the pollen will affix to the fabric and you'll bring it indoors. And then if you're allergic to pollen, it's just gonna recirculate in your air. So I find that just airing out quilts, I don't wash these often, but like for your heavy blankets or your blankets, after you wash them and you want to put them back into the linen closet, I just tie them with a pretty ribbon. Now, that's going to keep all of those from toppling down on you. Sheets are a particular problem. Now, I've tried the strategy where I take the pillowcase and I put the sheets in, but they don't stack neatly. So for sheets and pillowcases, to keep them together and to keep them from toppling over in the linen closet, I do the same thing as I do with blankets. I just go ahead and tie them with a ribbon. And that kind of keeps them neat and organized. But if you want a higher level of organization in your linen closet, you can purchase these. These are sheet keepers, and you can just open them up. And you can unzip them and you can keep your sheets nice, wrinkle free, and it makes it very easy to stack them in your linen closet. You can even label them. It has a little window, but I find that the sheets aren't big enough to fit through the window, but this does keep them nice and organized if you have a lot of sheets. So it has a nice little handle. You can you can label, and then it has the window so that you can see. I bought 4 of these. It cost me almost $30, so this is not going to be an option for everybody, but if you want to take it to that level, you can. Now let's talk about how many sheets do we need. Now there's actually been studies on this. I envy that graduate student. Industry standard is 3 sets of sheets per bed. And the reason is you're going to have 1 set of sheets on the bed. You're going to have 1 set of sheets in the laundry. And then you probably are going to have 1 set of sheets in the fold pile. Now, we're not going to have a fold pile anymore, but 2 to 3 sets of sheets per bed. I recommend changing your sheets once a week. I do it on Sunday. I call it Clean Sheet Sunday, because there is nothing like starting your week with a fresh set of sheets. Plus, you get a better night's sleep. You also want to change them frequently because you want to keep your skin healthy, and your skin comes in contact with those sheets, and you want to make sure that you're washing them frequently. So it's recommended once a week. I also recommend, as a money-saving strategy, because I'm always going to sprinkle that in, mattress protectors and pillow protectors, because your mattress is a big investment and your pillows become kind of, I get attached to my pillows. If they're comfy for me, I want to keep them for as long as I can. It also helps to reduce odors. Speaking of reducing odors, if you are using natural fiber sheets and pillowcases, they collect less odor and less particulates than synthetic fiber sheets. So bamboo, linen, cotton, they also get softer as you use them, so they're more comfortable, and they actually feel cooler. And for somebody who lives in Florida in the summer, that matters a whole lot. Okay, so let's move on to towels. You want your one more thing. You want your sheets to smell fresh. You can put a cotton ball with essential oils in your storage device or in your linen closet. You can even put a dryer sheet between your pillows and pillowcases when you put the ribbon on. That's going to keep your sheets smelling wonderful. Now, folding your towels is going to help keep your linen closet looking neat and inviting. So you want to find a way that works for you. Some people like to roll their towels. Some people like to fold them in half. Some people like to fold them in thirds. I actually had a psychology teacher who told me that people who fold their towels in thirds are neurotic, and okay, I'll own that. So I fold in thirds. It just creates more space. I can stack them easier, and they seem to stay stacked longer. So that's towels. Now you want to make sure your towels are clean. They're fresh smelling, and that you have enough towels to rotate. You need to have enough towels for at least 2 towels for every person in your household. Plenty of towels that they're fresh and that they're folded neatly so that your linen closet looks neat. Again, you want your linen closet to be functional. You want it to be decluttered. I like to add, I like to take my soaps and put them in a pretty bowl. I like to add all of my bath products. I even add sometimes a little tiny pieces of artwork or shells or something to uplift the space. Check out my video on the linen closet and you'll see what I mean. Okay, so that is our Every Nook and Cranny toga for today. What is a toga? Today's organization goals and activities. So toga for today, linen closet for Every Nook and Cranny clean. Now we're going to move on to organize to utilize. Okay, so for our organize to utilize today, get a refill if you need it. We're going to be talking about keys. Now I'm going to link the video up here, or in the comments. It's a whole video on how to organize your keys. I'm just going to briefly outline it here so that you get the gist, but if you need more information or you want some of those money saving tips, check out the video. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go gather all your keys. All the keys that you have, and this is to your equipment, to any vehicles you have, your house keys, keys to your safe, whatever keys that you have. You want to gather them all together because you're going to be surprised at how many keys you have. But I have an idea for any keys that are left over, so just wait till the end. Also, you're going to want to have a storage device. Now, it could be a hook on the wall, it could be, a rack, it could be a key box, it could be a basket. Whatever works for you. Find something you already have and utilize it, but make it work for you. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go through and you're going to start looking at the keys. Now, some of them are pretty obvious. These are car keys. And we'll talk about those in a minute, but you want to find a way of labeling your keys. You will be surprised how when you look at a key, you're like, I have no idea what this is to. So you can buy little specialty labels. You can get some inexpensive tags. I even have these little metal discs that are their metal shapes that I got at a yard sale for $3. I got about 50 of them, and I have a metal engraver, so I just write on there what it is. It's a little more durable. I've had, these are professionally engraved. Gather all your key rings. You have all kinds of key items. And some of the key rings, I'm just going to give you a little tip here. Some of the key rings you purchase when you travel, and you're like, why did I buy that key ring when I went to the Smoky Mountains? You can use those as ornaments. So if you have like a travel tree where you have collected a lot of things from when you travel, you can use those key rings as ornaments. But anyway, this is a key box, and there's a photo of my adorable grandson. But this is my dedicated space for storing keys, and you can see it's got a little hook so it can hang, but it also has, I have all my keys labeled so I know what they're to, and this just gives me a functional, dedicated space. Find the keys that I need when I need them. So I keep this in a drawer by the door, so I have all of the keys that I need. Now, check out that video again. You're going to find a lot of information. Why do we need to organize our keys? It will help avoid locksmith fees, and locksmith fees are expensive. So I'm all about saving you money. Last thing I want to talk about in this video is your car keys. A lot of these electronic key fobs require batteries, and when the batteries don't work, sometimes your car doesn't start. So you always want to make sure you have backup batteries. So you may want to go ahead and take out your battery, look at what size it is, either order them or go to the store and purchase them so you have a backup battery. I just keep the batteries in with my keys, and that way if I notice that my battery is going dead in my key fob, I already have the replacement there. That saves me time, energy, and frustration so that I'm not going out at the last minute. All right, that is our little segment on keys. Again, check out the lengthier video that has all the information that you are going to need about organizing your keys. So we're next to document organization. Okay, so for our document organization goals for today, this week we are going to create an important document binder. An important document binder is a binder that we keep in our home safe or safety deposit box, and it has all of our important information in it so that we can find what we need when we need it. But these are sensitive data items, so we're going to keep them in a safe storage device. Okay, so today we're just going to work on 2 things out of this binder. By the end of the week, we will have completed our important document binder. But today, we're just going to focus on 2 things, and that is birth certificates and social security cards. So what you want to do is make sure that you know where your birth certificate is. Yes, I have a whole video on birth certificates. Some great information in there, especially if you need to get an official copy of your birth certificate from the Department of Vital Statistics in the state that you were born. Have all kinds of information on how to do that. So I put my birth certificates in a manila envelope, and then I put them in a zip top bag before I put them into my important document binder. Why? Because in the case that there's a fire in your home, your safe may be fireproof, but it may not be waterproof. Again, social security cards, these are sensitive data items. They need to be in a secure location. I put them in a manila envelope, I zip top bag, and then I add them to my important document binder. So gather your birth certificates and your social security cards. Check out the video on both. I have 2 videos, one for birth certificates, one for social security. I'll link up here or down below in the comments. So then you have more information if you need it on how to organize or replace your birth certificates or social security cards. Next, wardrobe restructuring. Alright, so for our wardrobe restructuring, we are going to create what I call the rainbow closet. We are going to gather all of our clothing by color. We're going to work on a different color every day. For today, can you guess? It's red. I feel like red is a power color. It's a dynamic color. It gives you a lot of energy, and it's a great color to start a new year with. So I want you to go gather all of your red clothing. You can, put them in one section of your closet. For right now, I suggest using like a portable closet rod. You can get these at big box stores. They're usually about $10, $12. You can dismantle them and store them if you want, but it's great for being able to organize your clothing. So if you can take out all your red clothes and instead of putting them on the bed or a chair, hang them up on a temporary portable closet rod, then you're going to be able to organize them better. It's just a little bit more efficient that way. But you also want to gather all of your accessories. Let me tell you, these boots are made for walking, aren't they? Who doesn't love a bright red pair of boots? Anyway, get your accessories. Make sure they're in good condition. As my friend John says, nourish the leather. So you may want to oil them so they stay nice and hydrated, because leather needs to be hydrated and wood needs to be hydrated. So we'll talk about that when we start our every Nook and Cranny clean. But you want to gather all of your accessories, your purses, your belts, anything that's red, scarves, jackets, gloves. If you have coats, jewelry, anything red, just gather it all and then start to go through it. Now, here's a little tip that I want to share with you. I like to make sure I check my purses. You probably will find something that's meaningful to you in your purse that you didn't know was there. Your favorite shade of lipstick, your maybe a credit card or your driver's license, and oftentimes you find receipts in there that are really important. So check your purses, but also if you want, you can put a little drop of essential oil on a cotton ball, or spray with essential oil spray, or use some perfume that you just don't like the way it smells on you, but it has a pleasant scent. Go ahead and use it to spray the inside of your handbags so that when you open them, it's like a little uplift. I call it a happiness hit. So you get a little happiness hit when you open up your purse. So gather all of your red garments and accessories and go ahead and start to kind of go through them. You can try them on if you want. Look at them. Are they in good wearable condition? Do they need mending, ironing, laundering? And then make sure that they fit and make you feel fabulous. Hang them together, and then when you've gone through everything, put them in one section of your closet, and we're going to build the rainbow from there. All right, so that is our restructuring our wardrobe segment. I hope this has been an enjoyable day for you, and I hope you start to see how this process is going to work on the very first day. I look forward to seeing you again on day 2 tomorrow, and until then, my beautiful friends, have a wonderful day. Bye for now. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you found it helpful. If you would like more support, ideas, guidance, frameworks, and some positive, uplifting suggestions, please check out some of my other videos. You can activate your subscription on my YouTube channel and hit that notification bell so that you'll be notified when I post newer content. But those playlists are a framework for you to organize all aspects of your life to enhance your happiness and transform the life that you're living. I can't wait to see you in the next video. Until then, my dear friends, I hope you have a wonderful day.